What is up, Ghoul Crew? It's your girl Naxrathi, and I'm so excited because we're playing a game that I've been keeping an eye on for a very long time, and I finally got it. And on the occasion of buying this game, I decided that I wanted to channel my inner evil queen. I mean, because that's the vibes that this game is going. So let me go ahead and let it out the bag that we're going to be playing Slay the Princess. And I'm so excited. I've seen nothing but phenomenal reviews about this game, that the storytelling is amazing. Some people have said it's the best writing they've seen all year. I actually don't know when this game came out. I think it was this year. Maybe it was last year. It was last year, but I'm still seeing amazing reviews coming out for it as recent as right now. And to make it even better, it is of the horror genre. From what I know, it's a sort of like decision making game where you're either going to fall in love with this princess, maybe you'll actually kill the princess. I don't know. As we all know, I love going into games blind. So I actually have no idea what this is about, aside from the fact that it's horror, there's a princess involved, and it gave me an excuse to just do my makeup and dress up like some ancient feral witch that actually cursed the princess, but is still a good witch at heart. Anyway, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoy this playthrough. It's probably going to be broken up into parts, forewarning, because I heard that it's a pretty lengthy game if you're really into it, and knowing me, like how much I love storytelling, I'm going to be into it. So this is probably going to be broken up into parts, but I'm excited. I hope you're excited. With that being said, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel so that you can be one of the first to know when the ghouls are on the rise, and let's get into it. This is a love story. What do you mean? Okay, I'm excited. I'm so excited. New game. All right, chapter 1, the hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, it's voice narrated.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
That's so exciting. This is narrated. Okay. So what? Oh, I can move around. Okay. Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, that got dark so quickly. Okay. Let's see. Explore. The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? That right there. Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it. I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue eternally. First of all, these options are amazing, and the fact that there's so many options is actually terrible. We're never gonna finish this game. I'm feeling the have you considered that maybe she's gonna end the world because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Okay.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Please do, because it's not pragmatic. It's not doing it for me, ghouls.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
I mean,
it's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Y'all, why is it my job? Why is it my job to slay her? What if I want to be friends with her? What if she turns out to be bestie? I mean, they said this is a love story, so can there really be a love story if the world ends? I mean, or I could, we could. The ultimate love story is knowing the world's gonna end and spending every waking minute with her. We already know what I'm gonna do. I've already given it away. Let's see. Are you kidding me? They're having me go through the same options I already had before. Okay. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
My good sir, you are not living in 2024.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
I was in my evil queen villainous era.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Some people might actually argue the opposite, that maybe people are the reason that the world is in the predicament that it's in. Narrator, have you considered that? Have you considered that we're the problem? Maybe the birds and the trees don't want us here. There's lots of in a basement in the world. If you don't tell me why she's dangerous...
She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out. Which she will, unless you do something about it. The more specifics you have, the harder it will be for you to do this very important job. She's a princess. People will listen to her, because listening to her is in their nature. And when they do, everything will come crashing down.
So that doesn't make sense to me. Okay, he's saying she's locked up because she's dangerous, right? That's every monarch in friggin' history. He's saying that it's within our nature to want to serve her because she's a princess, and then when she gets out, she's gonna have people do really, really bad things. Well, how do I know that? He's not giving me anything, Ghouls. And right now, I'm really leaning towards the idea that maybe the world needs to kick rocks, and I'm of the mindset that sacrificing... This reminds me of one of my favorite books, and I forgot the name of it. I will probably post a picture of it right here, but it was about a little boy that was locked up, and he was locked up or a child was locked up for the happiness and livelihood of everyone else in this utopian city, right? And basically the whole point of the book was if this boy was released, then all of the utopia that they knew would come crashing to an end. So basically one child suffered for the good of many, and I don't like that bullshit. I don't need evidence. Do I have to go through all of these? Okay, let's go with, do you have any evidence to back
Look,
this
you're
up?
already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Can I like click up the hill? Can I? No. Okay. So, look, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not okay. I missed it. Hold on. I messed up. Look, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I'm gonna end the world. Damn it.
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
Oh.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short
I feel
path
like
to the
y'all already
cabin.
know what I'm gonna do.
You'll find the princess within.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Not them trying to pin me against one of them, the other.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Why is there just this random perfect blade sitting here?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
What if he wanted to choke her out or something? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My intrusive thoughts won. I'm just thinking, like, what if he was sadistic and was like, I don't need a blade. Like, what if he wanted to use his bare hands? I don't know.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Maybe I just like the blade. Maybe I'm gonna sell it to fund the life we're gonna live together.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You would think that.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
What? What? She sounds dangerous. Ooh, you know what? I'm not gonna be triggered. I was triggered since we started this game. I'm not gonna be triggered.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
I mean, I didn't want to tell her that I was here to
walk
kill
down the
her.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Maybe. What? No way. Okay, yeah. You caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Oh, man. Oh, if I say I haven't decided yet, and she really is. Okay, she's not. I mean, ooh, the chaotic in me. Okay, yeah, you caught me.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Oh, I'm conflicted. My resolve was so strong up until now. My resolve was so strong. You know what? Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I just realized she's out of one of the chains.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward. We can ask her about a relationship. Are you coming on to me? There's people out there that think you're going to end the world. I mean, yeah, if it's awkward, why not just start with what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
I'm so
Note
conflicted.
the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
All right. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
I mean, that's a vibe. I think. I mean, that's all of I think.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
How long has she been down here, y'all?
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Yeah, actually, in fact, they did. Princess No Name. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe
Probably
her.
with me. I mean,
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
she's a
That
point.
doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
How would she kill me exactly?
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk.
I do agree with the
We
narrator on
stand
that.
to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay, let's ask about the relationship bit. A relationship. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
I don't know. Something seems fishy about that too. Like she knew that this was going to become a relationship. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
I immediately went
Right.
to Saul and started thinking that this woman was talking about cutting her hand off, and I'm thinking that the hero also thought the same thing.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Is she talking about cutting her arm off?
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
She's so like
You
lackadaisical.
know why you're here.
It's throwing me off, Ghouls. Oh, no! No, don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. Ghouls. Okay, so we can... Oh, the first option is slay the princess. What happens if I kill her, like, right off the bat? Is anyone else curious about that, or it's just my intrusive thoughts? Like, my chaotic nature is taking hold. This is not a game for me. This is the perfect game for me because oh, do I slay her? Because what if oh, God! Like, can I restart if it's not what I wanted? The smart thing to do would be to leave her down here and get to know her. But how can I know what she's saying is true? Because she's chained up against her will. She's not gonna spill to me pure honesty. Like, she's gonna tell me what I want to hear so that I can let her go. Or I could just get her out. Or I could just slay her. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it?
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Princess got a left hook?
Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
Not Princess can fight?
We can still turn this around.
Give up. Give up.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly.
I respect the fight. I respect the fight.
You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her. The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from
She is
you.
not a damsel in distress.
This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat. She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
Oh my god.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wait, why is there a chapter 2?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Am I a different adventurer?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
Hasn't this happened already?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Okay, so we're gonna click through all of this and get back to
If
where
he doesn't
we were.
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Oh my god. I went from the voice of the hero to the voice
She
of the
is
broken.
not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Okay, let's go back to the cabin. Let's go back to the
A
cabin.
warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower
Oh my
us.
god, has this altered the choices I'm gonna have in dialogue with
Can
her?
we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Oh.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You're being annoying.
Thank you, voice
Just
of the hero. I'm
ignore
glad you're
their
back.
bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter.
Rescue her?
Oh my god,
Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible.
Not the voices in my head are arguing with each other.
So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Oh my god.
that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
I have another voice inside my head now.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble
Hello?
exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
What have I done, Broken? I'm gonna name him Broken. Approach the mirror? I mean, I'm kind of curious about
Walk
this.
up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Is that my hand? Is that my hand, Joe? Am I a monster?
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Am I a monster? You know what? I'm not even gonna take the blade.
No blade this time. Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed. Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter.
First of all, the cabin upgrading.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
Incense?
This is actually...
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I like incense.
Her
Incense
booming
smell good.
voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
You shouldn't have come down here unarmed.
We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
What have I done to my
Should we be
playthrough?
worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
Oh no.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
Oh no.
She's disappointed.
What have I
in us.
done to this playthrough?
Kneel.
No.
But the words don't leave your mouth. Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me.
No. We can
The
change
collapse
this. We
of
can
the
change
old
this.
is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods.
I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her, and if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
Sir, I left my knife because I was trying to be in good standing, and I messed up and let my intrusive thoughts in, ghouls, and now we're dealing with the freaking harbinger of death.
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. If you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
He's right. He's right. He's right. He's spitting facts this time. I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. What happened to you after I died? I'm not pledging myself. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. She's going to tell me that she wants to be the harbinger of death, the four horsemen, if you will. She wants to bring me and the rest of the world to its knees, all because I made the impulsive decision to try to kill her. Because Slay the Princess was there. It's part of the title. My impulsive thoughts took over. We've successfully ended the world, ghouls.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
The divine truth that I put there. I want to take it back. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Are you kidding me? I have to pledge? What have you done? What would you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Oh my god, there's no other option. Oh yeah, if you are so powerful, why can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can.
Can she? Broken? Because why didn't she do it?
It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
Go back to the crevices of my consciousness where you should not have come out of.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
I can fix this, ghouls. I can fix this. I can fix this.
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn. A better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours. Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
I actually gotta kill this bitch now.
All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
No, it's not what I want. But what other choice do I have, hero?
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
What do you suggest I do? She just brought me to my knees.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, It used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you?
The
That's
narrator?
impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Narrator?
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh my god.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon.
See? Can't do it.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
What if I don't believe?
Poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart.
It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please, don't do this.
I mean, I'm clearly not hero.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be.
I can't not do it.
It is good. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
You gotta be kidding me.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave. Nothing, and then everything.
My intrusive thoughts ended the world. But you do not take her hand. Something has taken her away, and it's left something
She's
else in
gone.
her place.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Ignore him. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. I don't want to look at us.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Okay, we've got a few options. What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? I want to know... Is this the end? That's such a basic question. There's so many other good questions. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her. for she would not be able to mourn you.
Okay. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Is this like another variation of the princess? Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
This is so sad. Solitary lights, what do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
What happens? Let me ask, is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
So this will be like restarting the game, essentially. I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the tower to her. Chapter 1, the hero
You're
of the
on a
princess.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path
The real slay
is a
the
cabin.
princess starts here. You'll know when
And
you
in the
see
base
it.
you're here to slay her.
Okay, we're gonna go up. Cause this is all the same. Okay, silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Ignore him.
All right, we're gonna proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The
There's
air
the
blade
dagger.
is your implement.
All right, we're gonna enter the basement, and we're gonna enter the basement without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, her voice soft.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's different this time. What?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Continue down the
Good.
steps.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
What is happening? Hold on, let's talk a bit.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is
Huh.
Princess her name or her title? What if it's both?
Is this because I didn't
Could you
take the
imagine
dagger?
being named Princess?
Princess. So is, I don't know anything about you, for all I know you're locked up here for a reason. Yeah, that's a good question. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I
mean, I
agree
was just
with
curious.
the princess.
I was just curious.
That's hardly relevant.
Okay, but actually, what has she
Exactly.
been eating?
Exactly.
She has to eat, right?
All right, let's so is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
You know what? I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them up, large and heavy. Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe
Somewhere
somewhere
upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabinet.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's a way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
I'd rather not.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were to stay down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams.
Someone else here.
Try the door?
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Yelled to let me
Your
out.
shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Alright, return to the bottom of the steps. We're gonna die together
You
now.
make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah. Yep.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Don't do this!
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
What?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward
No!
and raises
No,
the
this isn't what I
blade.
wanted to do!
Wait, this isn't fair.
No,
you can't just do that.
Just do that.
Watch me.
What the?
What are you doing?
No! Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
No, I don't.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No. Can I warn her again? Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
No, it isn't.
She nervously
Thank you.
reaches towards you and takes the
damn it,
blade
she's
from
gonna
your
kill me.
infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead
This
yet.
is entirely your fault, narrator.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
So melodramatic, narrator.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wait!
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your
Well
legs
then.
give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Oh, that's rich coming from you.
The banter.
As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel. Okay, we got a different chapter though. It's not The Broken.
You're on a path in the woods,
Yeah.
and you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. First of all, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
Tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
No, I got smitten instead of broken.
Beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
He does kind of sound like that.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Alright, let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
Yeah,
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Oh,
I
God.
think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
So, Ghouls, here's some differences already. The cabin is still well, I think it was a cabin on the outside, right?
Sure, yeah,
What does
your
the
passions
inside
are
look
strong
like?
and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed to the cabin. What does the inside look like? Is it like all love-seedy and cute?
The interior of the
Okay.
cabin is clean and elegant,
Okay.
its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Oh, man. I believe in us. If we let's not take the blade again. Into the basement. Don't take the blade again.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight,
Even the music is like more serene and peaceful and sweet.
but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more
God.
beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Oh.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and
The
foul
voice.
imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Okay.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
I didn't say that I had been here before. I didn't select that option, did I?
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us.
No, he killed
Only
us.
because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue?
We don't even know that she ended the world because we died. We don't know what she did with the rest of the world.
We never saw a world end.
Exactly.
Now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
This is so much harder with 3 different voices in my head. Okay, hold on. I mean, I'm not gonna ask her why did she kill me last time. She did it because the narrator had me go after her. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. Yeah.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Alright. I'm not gonna ask her, did she end the world? Because I don't even want to plant that thought. Because the last princess that I did that with, it actually led to her thinking about destroying the world. So in the next world, she was evil. So what I'm gonna do instead is... I didn't bring a knife, so I have to cut you out this time. Rescue the princess. We're not even... Rescue her.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that.
I'll find a way, narrator.
Don't you see how dainty her hands are? You'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Can't I though?
If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Exactly.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't.
Oh my god!
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
This is actually
Only
sweet.
you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh,
so
look at the way
pissed.
she's smiling at you.
He's so miserable.
She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
The narrator is so miserable.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together.
So miserable.
Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable.
Smitten as
You and the princess make your way upstairs and...
No.
The blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to
No,
do the
no,
right thing.
no.
Take the blade from the table and slay her before
What if
it's
she
too
grabs
late.
it, y'all?
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That was already rather apparent. But she hasn't ended the world. She didn't even end the world the last time when she killed us.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross
Oh
the
my
room,
gosh!
opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
Your love will set you free!
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
No, wait.
Where did everything
Wait,
go?
wait.
Where did he go?
Wait.
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
No, stop that! But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before and you always
But
get
it feels
scared.
so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Some part of her will, smitten. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. The bloat. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Alright, we got some questions before that. Are you the same as before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can't I not do the same things I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. This is true.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
So every decision we make is basically shaping a perspective for her. So I wish that the love part would have been the last thought I left her with, y'all.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean,
I knew she was
you
going to
have
say
nurtured
something
me
like that.
into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Okay. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done
Those
before?
paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
All right, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the damsel to her, a loving vessel. Chapter 1, The Hero and the
You're
Princess.
on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
All right, y'all. We're gonna save, and stop in the first episode here. Wow, this is not at all what I expected. I have never played a decision-making game where the freaking story dynamically changed the way that this game is right now. Like from the voices in my head to the cabin altering depending on what I choose, to me choosing the most ridiculous, like just the most out there chaotic, my impulses took over decision. My first decision in the entire game was to slay the princess, and it was bonkers. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure in the next episode what we're gonna do, Ghouls, the next episode where we're gonna start off with, we're gonna slay the princess, but this time we're gonna slay her properly. All right. We're gonna slay her properly and see how her, I mean, it says, I say her because that's what that vessel in my achievements is being called. Bring the vessel to her, or what, bring the damsel to her. So we'll see her and how she feels about that. But you'll definitely have to tune into the next episode to see how this turns out. I am invested in this story. I want to actually get the princess out of the cabin and like the world doesn't end and she isn't taken by her. So we'll just have to keep making decisions and see how this all unveils in the long term of the perspectives that create her. I'm wondering what her is going to be. I also wonder if the order in which I'm choosing to do certain things is going to affect the total outcome of who her becomes. I don't know, but I hope that you all enjoyed the first episode of Slay the Princess. I'm enjoying it so far. I hope that you're enjoying it so far. And if you are, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to know when the ghouls are on the rise. And I'll see you next time, ghouls.